Hi, it's Kerry Lee Smith. Today you're going to learn the power of emotion. Well, if you have fear, you can't actually have the feeling of love purely at the same time. You can't have frustration and joy at the same time. They happen and all of a sudden one overtakes the other one, depending on the power of your internal dialogue. Let me give you an example. Have you ever been at work where your boss or a family member or a friend has said something really difficult to hear? Maybe they're criticizing you, or maybe they're dumping their stuff onto you, where they're just being a little bit unkind, or they're saying harsh things, and you all of a sudden in your mind start to say, he shouldn't talk to me like that. Why does he talk? What's going on? And your internal dialogue gives you permission to where you can victimize yourself, and all of a sudden you have frustration, guilt, and anger. Now let me tell you something. Those emotions are a personal choice. Now, the behavior that the person is doing may be unkind and maybe needs to be addressed in a different situation. But right now, let's just say this person's unkind. They dump a bunch of stuff on you. If you choose not to be frustrated, or you choose not to live in a state of guilt and overwhelm and fear, then what you have to do is you have to learn how to train your internal dialogue. Because if you're going to live in the vibration of frustration, you won't be living in the vibration of love. You might say, oh yeah, I'm loving. But what happens is you come home, your kids do something, and it's a trigger, and they can hardly do anything. You're triggered, and all of a sudden, you're yelling at them over a really small issue. Maybe they're like forgot to do one problem on math, or maybe they forgot their notebook at school, and we're freaking out because of one small thing. Not because the small thing irritated us, but because our internal dialogue was so out of control when we were getting yelled at by the boss. It's called deflection. And deflection is no one else's problem other than ourselves. It's learning how to control the internal dialogue, catching it by saying, there is a voice inside my head that's training myself to feel feelings of guilt, to feel feelings of frustration, fear, and anxiety. Because you have the power to train your internal dialogue from those negative feelings to positive feelings, to say, my boss or this person who's dumping on me, those are his stuff. That's his deflection. Maybe he had a bad day. We don't know what's going on. Maybe he's treating me in a different way because of some situation I'm not aware of. I can take the facts of the situation, deal with the facts, filter through the facts, and deliver back whatever needs to be done. Don't let someone else's emotions dictate your life. When there is fear, you can't have love, at least pure love. So as always, your job is to be bright, be beaming, and be beautiful by training your internal dialogue, taking control of your own emotional state so you can live a life to love. And as always, please click like, leave a comment, and share this video so we can create a world where people are more responsible with their own feelings. Now go out there and live a life to love.